Welcome back, sprinters. This week, we've been asked about hitting 1 million under harsh condition. What if it's a slow growing in the economy and I still want to hit 1 million with my business? How would I adapt to a recession or stagflation hitting 1 million? And the questions have come in the Sprint Club, where you guys can join us if you want. It's strategysprints.com. Try it out, 7 days for free. We add 200K to your life by stacking up 5 to 7 income streams. 217 sprinters are in there right now. If you want to join them, strategysprints.com. But the topic of today is we want to hit 1 million and we want to do it under any conditions. So stagflation, recession, we want to hit it. Whatever happens outside, how would you build a business, Simon, that makes 1 million, is fun to run, doesn't have tons of bureaucracy, administration, or anything that founders don't like? Still makes 1 million, but the easy way. What's the easy way, one that works under any condition? So let me share with you what worked in the last 22 years of being a business coach of entrepreneurs. There are 2 mistakes to avoid and then 3 things to get it right. Let's start. Think of your business in 3 stages. The first year is the most important year. If you get the first year right, this is where the most don't get it right. If you get your first year right, the probability of success of the second year is much higher compared to the first year. So you have to survive the first year. If I would start a business with the goal of generating 1 million in 3 years, I would do this in year 1, this in year 2, and this in year 3. And I will unpack all of them bit by bit. Now, the problem is, why do businesses go belly up? Because they start here instead of here. What you have seen many times, and people all around you are probably doing, is, okay, let me start with the cheapest product, with a low ticket item, because that's going to be easier to sell, right? If it's cheaper, it's easier to sell, right? Right? It's not. Because if you have, for example, a $49 subscription, monthly subscription product, you need 666 clients a year. That means you have to close 55.5 clients a month. And that is hard mode. This is hard. And that's why most businesses fail, because they start in hard mode. You have to start in easy mode. What is easier? Because you can pick it, right? When you start a business, you can pick the industry, you can pick the profitability rate, you can pick the risk level. Some things are easier than others. Software is easier than hardware. And a 90% profitability consultancy business is easier than an 8% retail business. So if we can pick the easiest path, what's the easiest path? We will start here and then expand and scale up bit by bit. Let me show you the step by step. We start up here with one-on-one work. Okay? You are doing your magic in a one-on-one fashion. 1-to-1. You charge a high ticket, for example, $25,000, which seems to be across all hundreds of sprints that we've done. $20,000 to $25,000, even $27,000 is an average for a transformative program, a program that either decreases friction in workflows, so reduces cost, reduces headache, or increases bottom line or top line. Now, the million, we will break it up into the first chunk of 330K, okay? The first 330K will come from one offer. For example, in 90 days, I help you reduce your costs by 12%, and you charge $25,000. Now you need 13 clients in this year, 13. That means you have to close one client per month. You see, easy mode? Now, when you have reached $35,000 per month from this one, we have completed stage one. And this is what most entrepreneurs get wrong, because they start the second one already before the first one hits 35K. So that's why there is a line in the sand that we have defined with 35K. And it was quite arbitrary in the beginning, 21 years ago, when I put this line in the sand with the 35K. I was guessing. But it turned out that I guessed okay. And so that 35K is actually a pretty accurate denominator. It can be also 32 or 30. But around 30 to 35K, this is where you really have traction. So that main program is now working. You usually have an NPS now in the 60s, 70s. So now we can move on to the second part. Now you will add one offer, okay? You were super focused in stage one until you hit 35K. Now you will unbundle some parts of what's working here, and you will reuse it in a hybrid way here. For example, group work or done with you work. This is where you can add, for example, a weekly group coaching that's $1,000 a month. That's 12K a year. And by the way, have them pay upfront the 12K. It increases by a lot your profitability because they stay longer. And now you need 27 clients per year, which is 2 clients a month. It's 2.3 clients a month. You see, it's easy. 1 client per month and 2 clients per month. Even if you stop here, we are now at $660,000. That's quite a nice lifestyle business. If you think that this is a one founder, let's say team of 3, team of 4, team of 5 max business, this is an amazing lifestyle, guys, and it compounds, right? Especially, let me plug the Sprint Club here, because this is especially if you are in the Sprint Club. Now, those 660 that you are making, you are differentiating them into adding additional income streams like some options portfolios, some compounding portfolios, some dividends, some licensing and IP, some book royalties, the things that we coach you in the Sprint Club above, and we help you add onto this one that are 660K. In itself, quite a nice lifestyle. Now, depending, of course, on where you live, but in most countries, that's a great lifestyle, guys. Third step, and this is optional. Not every business needs to scale up to that third step. But if you do, now you do the low tier product. Now you add your product number 3, which is a digital product. If it's a $49 subscription per month, like a paid community or a software, now you're making 330K, the last bit, with 666 clients. And that's, you see how tough that is? That 666 in total makes 55 clients, and that's not easy mode. That's the toughest. That's why I want you to do this as the last step. Why? Because it has the lowest probability of success and it's the most effort. And when something is most effort, you can only do that if you have already a team. And that's why if you start that and you get all these questions from 666 people asking you a payments question, you do nothing else the whole week than just answering payment questions. Just as one example, what happens if you do it the wrong way, okay? All right, guys. I hope this helps. Just to sum it up, right? You have started your business with the highest ticket offer, your main program. Then you have unbundled things into your second offer and added the second group offer. And then you unbundle things again. So you don't have to reinvent anything. You just unbundle and add a third low tier offer. The first one will be the easiest way to start and to make profits from. Has also the highest margins. That's a 90 plus margin business. The second one is a little bit more effort. You're coordinating more people now. And then the third one is the most effort, because they will ask you 100 questions and you will need some team now to take some admin, some community management from you. Otherwise, you're working all the time and the lifestyle effect is gone. So we want you to have a great business that generates income, that generates 5 to 7 income streams. So if you want our help, join the Sprint Club at strategysprints.com. I hope you have a great week and keep rolling.